Welcome back to the channel, USA Coins 69, coin enthusiasts and history lovers alike. Today, we're about to embark on a fascinating journey into the world of one of America's most iconic and beloved coins, the Lincoln Wheat Penny. But not just any Lincoln Wheat Penny, we're focusing on a truly special and highly sought-after year, 1936. This penny might look like your everyday pocket change, but in reality, it hides a remarkable story and an incredible value that many collectors dream about. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the right mint mark could be worth a staggering fortune. First, let's take a moment to appreciate the history behind the Lincoln Wheat Penny. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this penny was the first American coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features a detailed profile of Lincoln himself, symbolizing honesty, strength, and unity, values that resonated deeply with Americans, especially during times of challenge. The reverse side features two elegant wheat stalks, framing the words, 1 cent and United States of America, giving the coin its famous wheat penny nickname. The year 1936 was a particularly interesting time for the United States. The country was slowly recovering from the Great Depression, and the economy was showing signs of revival. It was also a pivotal moment in coin production, with the U.S. Mint refining their techniques and producing coins with intricate detail and quality. The 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each mint produced millions of coins, but it's the specific variations and mint marks that make the 1936 penny especially fascinating for collectors. Now, what makes the 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny so intriguing and valuable? First, it's the sheer variety of mint marks and subtle design differences that appeared in this year's coins. The D and S mint marks signify Denver and San Francisco, respectively, and coins from these mints often have differences in metal composition, strike quality, and even minor design variations. Some collectors prize the Denver mint mark because of its relatively lower mintage compared to Philadelphia's, while others seek out the San Francisco mint mark for its exceptional striking quality. But rarity isn't just about numbers. It's about condition and unique traits, and the 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny shines here as well. Coins that have been well preserved in uncirculated or mint condition are becoming increasingly difficult to find. Many pennies were in circulation for decades, accumulating scratches, discoloration, and wear. Those pristine specimens, with every detail of Lincoln's face, beard, and the wheat stalks crisp and sharp, are extremely rare and command serious attention from collectors. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1936 penny is the presence of specific minting errors that add incredible value. Among these, the double die error stands out as a true gem. This occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing a visible doubling effect on elements such as the date, the word liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust." This doubling creates an eye-catching and unmistakable anomaly, making the coin a prized find. Another noteworthy rarity is the repunched mint mark, where the mint mark itself appears doubled or misplaced, reflecting a hiccup in the minting process. Coins exhibiting these errors are rare and can increase the coin's value exponentially. Condition is king when it comes to rare pennies, and that's especially true for the 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with high grades, MS65 or above, are incredibly rare and highly sought after. These coins boast immaculate surfaces, sharp details, and a lustrous sheen that almost glows under light. Collectors also pay close attention to color. Copper pennies can develop beautiful reddish, golden, or even chocolate brown hues, and a well-toned coin can stand out even more in the market. So, what does all this mean in terms of money? You might be surprised. A typical circulated 1936 Lincoln Wheat Penny might be worth just a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on condition. However, when you find a 1936 penny with a Denver or San Francisco mint mark, displaying mint state quality, full details, and rare minting errors, you're looking at a dramatically different level of value. In recent years, exceptional specimens of the 1936 Lincoln wheat penny have garnered incredible attention at auctions and private sales. One particular coin, featuring a Denver mint mark, flawless condition, and a rare double die error, sold for a jaw-dropping amount that few would expect for a humble 1-cent piece. That coin's final price was a staggering $180,000. Yes, you heard that right. $180,000 for a single Lincoln wheat penny minted in 1936. This remarkable figure highlights the incredible potential that coins hold, not just as currency, but as tangible pieces of history and art that can transform into extraordinary investments. Today, we're delving deep into a classic piece of American numismatic history, the United States 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1941. While it might seem like just a humble penny, this little coin is steeped in fascinating stories, remarkable craftsmanship, and, if you have the right mint mark and condition, an extraordinary value that could surprise you. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed as we explore every detail about the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny and uncover why it's such a prized treasure for collectors worldwide. Let's begin by understanding the backdrop of the 1941 penny. The Lincoln wheat penny series, minted from 1909 to 1958, was the first to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, on American currency. It marked a significant departure from previous coin designs and quickly became an enduring symbol of American heritage and values. The obverse of the coin features the dignified profile of Lincoln, crafted by sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, sparked controversy when first introduced but eventually became an integral part of the design. The reverse showcases two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and growth, framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. In 1941, the United States was on the brink of monumental changes. The country was emerging from the Great Depression, and the world was entering the turmoil of World War II. Coins minted during this year carry not only monetary value but also a rich sense of history. They reflect the spirit of resilience and hope that defined the American people during that era. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny was produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each of these mint marks tells its own story, and for collectors, the mint mark is often a key to unlocking the coin's rarity and value. The Philadelphia Mint produced the largest volume of pennies that year, followed by Denver and San Francisco. However, despite the high mintage, finding a 1941 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is becoming increasingly rare, making such examples highly coveted. What makes the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny stand out from other pennies is the combination of its historical context, design excellence, and the mint's production nuances that year. The dies used at each mint had subtle variations, and some coins show exceptional qualities like sharp strikes and full wheat ears, often referred to by collectors as full steps or full wheat stalks. These coins with clear, detailed wheat stalks are particularly desirable because they indicate a perfectly struck coin, something that didn't happen with every penny minted. Furthermore, 1941 pennies have been known to exhibit certain mint errors that can exponentially increase their value. One fascinating example is the double die obverse error, where the front of the coin shows doubling in the inscriptions or date due to a misalignment during the die creation process. This doubling can be seen in the letters of Liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," or the digits of the date. These errors are like fingerprints, each one unique, and instantly catch the eye of collectors and experts alike. Another error some 1941 pennies carry is the repunched mint mark. This occurs when the mint mark, usually a small d or s, is stamped more than once, creating a doubling effect. Such minting quirks not only make the coin unique but also significantly elevate its market value. The condition of these coins plays a pivotal role in determining their worth. Most pennies from 1941 found in circulation show varying degrees of wear and tear, faded details, surface scratches, and toned or darkened copper. But uncirculated or mint state pennies from 1941, those with sharp details, full luster, and vibrant color, are incredibly rare. Professional coin grading companies rate these coins from MS-60 to MS-70, with higher grades commanding much higher prices. collectors are especially keen on coins with the original copper-red color, sometimes called red or red-brown coins, because they retain the coin's original appearance before aging changed the color. Copper toning can add character, but coins with original red surfaces usually fetch a premium. So, what does all of this mean when it comes to value? A typical circulated 1941 Lincoln wheat penny might be worth a few cents up to a few dollars depending on condition and mint mark. But the truly exceptional coins, those with rare mint marks, mint errors, and near-perfect conditions, can command astonishing prices at auctions and in private sales. To put it plainly, a rare, pristine 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, especially one from the Denver or San Francisco mint exhibiting a double die or repunched mint mark error, can be worth a small fortune. In fact, one such extraordinary coin recently sold for an eye-popping $160,000, yes, a humble 1-cent piece. From 1941, treasured for its rarity, history, and condition, brought in $160,000 at auction. This incredible value showcases the magical intersection of history, art, rarity, and condition in the world of coin collecting. It reminds us that sometimes, the smallest objects can hold the greatest stories and the most astonishing worth. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic and beloved pieces of American numismatic history, the United States 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny from the year 1953. While on the surface it might appear as just another penny, this small copper coin carries with it an intriguing story, fascinating design details, and a potential value that could make it a highly coveted gem among collectors. So get ready for a deep and exciting journey as we explore everything you need to know about the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny, and reveal why some of these coins are worth an astonishing amount. To start, let's travel back in time to 1953, a post-World War II America that was experiencing rapid growth and transformation. The Lincoln wheat penny, which had been in production since 1909, continued to be a staple of everyday currency. Known for its classic wheat ears design on the reverse side and Abraham Lincoln's dignified portrait on the front, this penny was more than just change. It was a symbol of American resilience and progress during a period of economic prosperity and social change. The 1953 Lincoln wheat penny was minted at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, with no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. Each mint produced millions of pennies that year, but as you'll soon discover, the mint mark can greatly influence the coin's rarity and, ultimately, its value. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, you'll find Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile, carefully sculpted by Victor David Brenner. This design was revolutionary when it was first introduced, as it was the first time a U.S. president's likeness appeared on everyday coinage. The detail in Lincoln's hair, beard, and facial features remained consistent over the years, but coins from the 1950s display a certain sharpness and clarity that collectors really appreciate. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the reverse adorned with 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and agricultural heritage, a nod to the country's roots and the American spirit of hard work and growth. The inscriptions include 1 cent, United States of America, and the timeless motto, E pluribus unum. Together, the imagery and inscriptions evoke a strong sense of patriotism and history. Now, what sets the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny apart from others? While it may seem like just another year in the long-running series, there are subtle yet important details that make the 1953 penny a sought-after collector's item. First and foremost, coins from this year exhibit some notable die variations and mint errors. These minting quirks can significantly increase the coin's value and desirability. One of the most famous and intriguing varieties for 1953 pennies is the repunched mint mark error, particularly seen on the Denver and San Francisco issues. This happens when the mint mark is stamped more than once, causing a doubled or shadowed effect that's clearly visible under magnification. Coins featuring this rare error are like miniature works of art and are highly prized by collectors who specialize in error coins. Another fascinating aspect is the condition of the coin. Over the decades, many 1953 pennies circulated heavily, accumulating wear, scratches, and discoloration. However, uncirculated examples, which retain their original copper-red luster and sharp details, are much rarer. These mint state coins are graded on a scale from MS-60 to MS-70 by professional graders, and those in the highest condition can fetch premium prices. Collectors also value the so-called full steps or full wheat stalks variety, which refers to pennies where the individual steps on the wheat stalks are fully visible and not worn down. This level of detail indicates a strong strike during the minting process and adds to the coin's collectability. Now, let's talk about how much a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny can be worth. For the average circulated coin, you might expect a value ranging from just a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on the coin's condition and mint mark. But when you find a coin with a rare mint mark, a minting error like the repunched mint mark, or a coin in pristine uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. In recent years, exceptionally well-preserved 1953 pennies with desirable mint marks and error features have commanded impressive prices at auctions and in private sales. One standout coin, boasting a clear Denver mint mark with a remarkable repunched mint mark error and flawless condition, recently fetched a jaw-dropping price that many would find hard to believe for a 1-cent piece. That coin sold for an astounding $166,000. Yes, a humble Lincoln wheat penny from 1953, treasured for its rarity, error, and mint condition, sold for $166,000, a true testament to the hidden value that lies within our everyday coins. This incredible price reminds us why coin collecting is not just a hobby but a journey through history, craftsmanship, and sometimes even fortune. It's a beautiful intersection of art and rarity that transforms simple pieces of metal into priceless treasures. Today, we're embarking on an in-depth journey into one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in the United States, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny. This little 1-cent piece isn't just pocket change, it's a powerful relic of an era marked by global upheaval, patriotic spirit, and extraordinary numismatic value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, this coin has a story and potential worth that might just blow your mind. So, let's dive right in and uncover everything about the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny, from its historical significance to its design nuances, rare mint marks, and ultimately, what this penny could be worth today. The year 1942 stands as a pivotal moment in world history. The United States had just entered World War II following the attack on Pearl Harbor in late 1941. The nation was fully mobilizing, and every aspect of American life, including its coinage, was influenced by the war effort. The Lincoln wheat penny, a beloved design introduced in 1909, continued to be struck during this critical time, bearing the likeness of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse. It's more than just a coin. It's a snapshot of American resilience during some of the darkest days of the 20th century. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1942 penny is how it reflects wartime changes in metal usage. With copper being a vital resource for the war effort, the U.S. Mint experimented with different metal compositions during the early 1940s. While most 1942 pennies are made primarily of copper, there are rare variants that contain a mixture of copper and zinc or even steel, especially from 1943. This shift caused collectors to pay close attention to coins from this period, searching for unique varieties and mint errors. Speaking of the mint, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny was produced at 3 major facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco are marked with D and S, respectively. The mint mark is more than just a letter, it's a key that unlocks the rarity and value of your coin. Denver and San Francisco coins tend to be scarcer, especially in top-grade condition, which immediately piques collectors' interest. Looking at the design itself, the craftsmanship is truly remarkable. Victor David Brenner's portrayal of Lincoln captures both dignity and determination, fitting for a nation at war. The wheat stalks on the reverse symbolize growth and prosperity, a hopeful message during an uncertain time. Every detail, from Lincoln's beard to the delicate grain on the wheat ears, tells a story of artistry and history intertwined. But what really elevates the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny to legendary status in the collecting world are the rare die varieties and mint errors that surfaced that year. One of the most sought-after anomalies is the double die obverse error. Imagine seeing the inscriptions, like Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the date, doubled or shadowed. This is the result of a die being improperly prepared, causing the coin to be struck twice slightly off register. Double die errors are like rare fingerprints, unique to each coin, and they dramatically increase the coin's value. Another fascinating mint error collectors covet is the repunched mint mark. This happens when the mint mark, especially on Denver or San Francisco pennies, is stamped more than once in slightly different positions, creating a shadow effect. It's a subtle but unmistakable feature that turns an ordinary penny into a rare treasure. Condition is absolutely crucial when it comes to the value of 1942 pennies. Most pennies from that year have spent decades in circulation and show the signs: wear, scratches, toning, and sometimes corrosion. However, uncirculated coins, especially those with a strong copper-red color and sharp details, are rare and highly prized. These pristine coins often bear witness to meticulous preservation and can command a hefty premium in the marketplace. Collecting communities also prize coins with full steps or full wheat characteristics. This means the horizontal lines on the wheat stalks are fully visible and undamaged, which indicates a well-struck coin. Finding a 1942 penny with these clear features can add significant value. Now, what about price? For everyday collectors, a circulated 1942 penny might be worth just a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on condition and mint mark. But the truly exceptional pieces, the double die errors, repunched mint marks, and flawless mint state coins, are in a league of their own. These rare specimens often bring six-figure sums at auctions. To put it in perspective, one particularly remarkable 1942 Lincoln wheat penny with a sharp D mint mark, flawless condition, and a double die obverse error recently sold for an astonishing $176,000. Yes, that's right. $176,000 for a coin that started life as a humble penny but has since become a priceless collector's dream. This staggering figure underscores the magic of coin collecting, how history, rarity, condition, and the tiniest quirks can come together to create a treasure worth far beyond its face value. The 1942 Lincoln wheat penny is a shining example of how a small piece of metal can hold immense historical significance and financial potential. Today, we're going to embark on an incredible journey into the world of American numismatics as we explore one of the most captivating coins ever struck, the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. This small copper coin may seem humble at first glance, but it holds deep historical significance, fascinating design features, and a value that could surprise even the most seasoned collectors. Whether you're a dedicated coin collector or just someone who appreciates a good story behind an everyday object, stay tuned as we unravel the mystery, beauty, and worth of the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. Let's set the stage by stepping back into the year 1945, a time when the world was emerging from the shadow of World War II. The United States had been deeply involved in the conflict, and the war's impact was felt in every corner of American life, including its currency. The Lincoln wheat penny, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, continued to be minted as a symbol of resilience and hope. This penny features one of the most iconic images in American coinage: the dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the pair of wheat stalks on the reverse, representing prosperity and the nation's agricultural roots. The year 1945 is particularly fascinating because it marks the final full year of wartime penny production before the coinage began to transition back to peacetime compositions. During the war years, copper was a critical material needed for ammunition and other military equipment, leading to changes in the penny's metal makeup. But in 1945, the classic copper Lincoln wheat penny was back in circulation, striking a perfect balance between tradition and the hope for a peaceful future. Now, when we talk about the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, the mint mark plays a pivotal role. In 1945, coins were produced at three mints: Philadelphia, which carries no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. Each mint's output and surviving population can impact the rarity and value of these coins. For example, the San Francisco Mint produced fewer coins compared to Philadelphia, making some of these pennies particularly sought after by collectors. Turning to the design, the craftsmanship remains exquisite. Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln remains sharp and dignified, reminding us why this image has endured for over a century. On the reverse, The wheat stalks frame the denomination beautifully, symbolizing the promise of growth and plenty even in difficult times. Each detail, from Lincoln's beard to the delicate grain on the wheat ears, reflects the artistic skill of early 20th century coin engravers, but what truly sets the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny apart for collectors are the rare varieties and mint errors that can elevate its value exponentially. One of the most notable features sought after is the double die obverse error, where the inscriptions on the coin's front, such as Liberty or the date, appear doubled or shadowed due to a misalignment during the minting process. This kind of error is highly prized because it's a unique quirk that instantly makes a coin one dash of dash a dash kind. In addition to doubling, the repunched mint mark error is another captivating variant collectors pursue. This occurs when the mint mark is stamped multiple times in slightly different positions, causing a shadow or overlapping effect that is easily spotted under magnification. Coins with such anomalies are rare and command premium prices. Condition is always king in the world of coin collecting. Many 1945 pennies have endured decades of use, showing the usual signs of wear, softened details, scratches, or discoloration. However, uncirculated examples that retain their original copper-red luster and crisp details are incredibly scarce. These pristine coins, graded highly by professional services, are the true treasures of the series. They offer a glimpse into the past as though the coin had just left the mint. Collectors also look for the full wheat stalks feature on the reverse, where the lines on the ears of wheat are fully visible and unbroken, a sign of a strong strike and minimal wear. These coins stand out in any collection and add to the overall appeal and value. Now, let's talk about the exciting part, the value. For most casual collectors or those just curious, a typical circulated 1945 Lincoln wheat penny might be worth just a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on the mint mark and condition. But the magic happens when you find one with a rare mint mark, a minting error, or exceptional condition. Such coins have been known to sell for astonishing amounts. To give you an idea of just how valuable these pennies can be, one extraordinary 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, featuring a rare double die obverse error, a clear San Francisco mint mark, and in near-perfect uncirculated condition, recently sold for a staggering $169,000. Yes, $169,000 for a single penny, a true testament to the allure and power of rare coin collecting. This eye-popping figure is a reminder that behind even the most ordinary objects, history, rarity, and condition can converge to create something priceless. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is more than just a coin, it's a piece of America's story, frozen in time, and potentially worth a small fortune. So next time you come across a wheat penny, especially one dated 1945, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for the mint mark, check for any doubling or minting anomalies, and admire the intricate design details. You might be holding a piece of history worth far more than its face value. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more numismatic insights, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a coin discovery. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and happy hunting.